Are you listening? Damn.
Welcome to the second episode of Kwality Konvos. It's your boy Julio.
It's your boy Groovy D.
And as you can see, we are in a different location today.
Yeah.
And I actually got some things that I want to show off. Some little, painting things I do when I'm in my little moods. First off, you have the Anubis.
Okay.
From, Quality Clothing.
Yeah.
You then have the
Get out the way.
three beautiful black women on the beach doing their thing. They're black women that you can see by the hair.
Now, what's the name you gave it?
Three sexy lesbians on the beach.
All right.
Some real freaky. We have another Anubis in the quality paw print. If you guys can't tell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We keeping the quality out here. And, that looks very familiar from the intro, you know what I'm saying? The Are You Listening joint. Mm-hmm. And shamefully, we have the one in the back. I actually tried to make something much cooler, but it was a frustration piece. So, I made it look a little artsy. But to be honest, I really jagged on it. But y'all
basically a piece of shit. Basically, is what it is.
Straight. But today we pretty much gonna be talking about relationships in the black community, but just relationships in general. But it's just been a lot of talk recently on relationships in general,
we definitely
woke and everything.
But we don't have to be super,
super. We got black every single episode.
Yeah, because we definitely got a little ratchetness to us. Yeah, we regular. We city bred, so
Yeah. So my thing is I think we have to put everything into perspective of today's generation as far as what's going on with us as far as our dating situations, and I feel like one of the things about our generation is what we want from relationships versus what we have to offer.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like a lot of people don't really take into perspective their true current relationship value, what they really bring to the table versus what they expect out of it. I hear a lot of girls who talk about what they want their potential husband to be and all this shit, but did you really take a look at what you have to bring to the table? And I'm not just saying finance and everything, because in relationships, you're looking for a partner. Everybody is going to have bills to some degree. Mm-hmm. So you're always going to be paying bills to the end of, till you die. Yeah. So finance is a whole nother discussion, but I'm just talking about, you just have to look at your age. You have to look at kids, that plays a factor.
You got to look at your looks. It's people out here that's really not that attractive.
Yeah.
And really, really want a 10 all the time. So
yeah.
It's just the expectations we have sometimes be too high. But even what I see personally is just our age range. So it's if you're 22 years old, not that I'm 22,
right.
I ain't gonna reveal my age, but let's say you're 22 years old,
right?
You shouldn't be expecting another 22-year-old to have their shit together. It's just not going to happen. It's everybody's at different stages at 22, but just looking at somebody that might be in college, you definitely not gonna have a super high paying job. You might be working work study,
right.
And at the end of the day, you should be focused. You should be focusing on building yourself, rather than just having a Fortune 500 company salary at 22 years old. So it's just being realistic in general.
Yeah, that's real. But in this day and age, too, because I know our parents love to talk about, my mom, she definitely loved to talk about, when I was 19, I moved out, I had this and that. But this is a different generation. Because I even think about it from this aspect, I don't want to say it's unrealistic, but when you really think about it, how realistic is marriage in this day and age too? That's something I always think about too, especially with social media, the attachment with phones. You got the Snapchat, the instant dissolve messages, people being taking their secrecy on a different level. The internet has definitely changed the game for relationships. So I always just think about the realistic of relationships and marriage, and I'm not saying that I'm against marriages. It's something I always thought about, but right now you feel I'm gonna play it till I die. but I don't know how I gotta edit that out. Okay.
They gonna see that later.
They go. I mean, but it don't matter.
But just in general, like it's just like even nowadays, like just the temptation. Like we have constant temptation. I mean, just look at Instagram.
Yeah,
you know
just Instagram.
That's just hearts nonstop. Like people love you. You know, so it's like. Although people be playing games and really just want attention anyway, like, people really be feeling themselves just off Instagram. Like, so it's just like, you know, people got to be careful. But I just feel like there's a lot of people out here that don't even have, like, their situations together that always want to tell somebody what they need to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, work on yourself.
And then recently, I ain't gonna lie, I've been messing with a lot of little females with kids or whatever. And and I was just like, just hearing the expectations, and I'm like, shorty, you got like 2 kids.
You might want to humble yourself.
Like the minimum of education,
minimum wage.
Right. Honestly, I was just like, shorty, like get your life, and then try to, you know, tell me what you aspire to have, but you just shooting for the stars, and you ain't really got shit to bargain with, and like your bargaining chip is basically
everything.
Your little what's in between their legs. But I'm just like,
it's a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
and I'm just like,
we act like dick is everything.
Every girl got that, and I'm just like, what do you really have to offer? Some of them can't even hold a decent conversation. I mess with a lot around range of women. Like, mess with little ratchets when I need to. I mess with the artsy, and that was just a whole other conversation. Like the difference in
the moods.
No, was it the vagina you get from those different classes of women?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like different types of girls have different types of things to offer.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But even still, because I've been seeing this recently, and it was like, I was talking about this recently, where they say like, the more bum status you're at, the better dick you have. So basically, the better the job, the worse the dick gonna be. Because when men feel like they don't have much to offer, we overcompensate in the bedroom. Just makes sense.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you got money and you can spoil your shorty all day,
okay,
then you don't really have to perform. Well, I mean, you should perform, period.
Yeah.
But you don't really, like, they're happy.
I mean,
you really
that's
feel
real.
like you on the brink of your relationship, dick about to be stellar. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
dick about to be stellar.
That's real, because, I mean, but, yeah, I can see that, because a lot of dudes, or a lot of women, they will stay with a dude a little longer if he got that good D, or he got that bag, and that's why I feel like, so, if you got that bag, then they're definitely going to endure some shit.
So it's like one of the
other. It's either one or the other. So you got to be laying it down, or you just got to have that bag. So I mean, that's just that's where it's at. But what have you experienced as far as like what girls bring to the table? I know you're in a relationship right now, but you had your fair share. You know, feel me? Especially being a fraternity guy and everything.
Little nuke guy.
Yeah. So
as far as, well, honestly, I mean, I was dating young too. Well, not dating necessarily, but like doing my thing young. So it was like they didn't really have anything to offer, really. I mean, to be honest, like the reason why I didn't get in a relationship for so long was because you don't have anything to offer, but the amount of stress you're gonna add to my life, you know, is a lot. So it's like, I'm definitely staying away from that for as long as possible. And not only do you not have everything to offer, but you expect everything from me. So it's like, I'm at that age, I'm not giving you anything.
So what were they expecting from you though? Like financially, they were expecting. I
ain't gonna lie. What? I'm not gonna lie. Look, I just wasn't really that invested in being the greatest guy possible. Okay. So don't expect anything from me at all. Like, I'm not willing to give you anything. So if they expected anything, it was too much for me, because it was like, dates, like dates. You know how to do it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just
Netflix and chill, right?
Exactly.
And that's the generation that we're in too. That's what I'm saying. Like, is this marriage thing really realistic? And that's why I think about it as we're getting older too. I'm like, man, like, you know, I mean, we don't have to worry like women because, you know, we're guys and stuff. But, you know, a lot of women, when they get closer to those 30s, they start to really try to narrow down who they want their husband to be.
Clock ticking.
Yeah, and then, you know, their biological clock is, you know, is going to be out for a minute and they not going to be able to reproduce after so long. So it's just like they really start getting real nervous and start pushing guys to really settle down. I'm just like, like, I don't know, baby. Like, I don't know. But I'm just like, how do you feel about it? Like, do you see yourself getting married? Like, what's going on with that? Like,
well, see, me in general, like, I've just always felt a certain type of way towards everything. Okay. I think I'm just kind of a pessimist with life. Like, I just don't see the purpose of, like, all the things that we're supposed to do. Yeah, that's like, real. Honestly, even just the significance of a diamond ring. Like, I always joke, but I'm halfway serious about, like, buying my girl a grill instead of a diamond ring. You funny. And I told my family that, and they really thought I was playing. Like, some of them gonna watch this, and they gonna realize that I'm, like, kind of dead-ass serious because it's like, I mean... What? I mean, folks dying over diamonds.
That's
real.
What
I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I really just don't see the purpose of it in general. But with marriage, I kind of just feel like it's a lot of things that I've kind of like stirred away from as I've gotten older. However, I just feel like marriage is just one of those things that I just kind of like, it's just been embedded in me. So like, it's just something that I've always like wanted to do.
I don't know. Like the older I've gotten and the more I've like grown, I just feel like I understand the business aspect of marriage too. So like, that's a lot of. I mean, yeah, you could, but I don't know. It's still
pimp uncle.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but I just understand the business dynamic. Like, why can't we have a strong agreement and a strong like relationship without that title over us? Like, why do you need to be? But that's that whole social stigma. Like, they gotta have their rock. They gotta, you know, they want to just flaunt to, you feel me, the other girls in the group. And I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's just a part of what society wants you to have. I still understand. I mean, the importance of being married, and like that unity and just. Most people, because I think I saw this on like a Vlad interview or something, like most people who are married just do better as a unit versus people who are just single or something like that. When you look at, but then at the same token, like there's a lot of marriages that just crash and burn, and the life expectancy of marriages is just it's getting shorter and shorter as the years go on and on, especially as technology is increasing and this day and age is just. But changing.
You know what? I think it's really just relationships in general, because I really feel like anything can crash and burn if you don't focus on how you build your relationship.
That's real.
And even like with marriage, like a lot of people see marriage as long term, but it's like, it's long term as far as like you're gonna be with that person for the rest of your life, they say.
Right.
But was it a long term thing getting into that marriage? Because there's some people that's dating people for 3 months and then like, oh, I want to take it there. You don't know that person. So how strong is your marriage going to be if you don't really take that time to build upon your relationship before you even get married? You know, and I think it's all just about...
I mean, but even people like, what Chris Rock say? Like, when he divorced his wife, like, we had a good run. Like, and that's what people, I feel like, are expecting now. Apart, They're just like... and that's the thing. Like, people can grow apart and not even tell you that they're growing in a different direction. They can be that selfish, and it comes with a lot. And like, you really got to know that individual. And sometimes you might not know what the other person is thinking, because they can grow in a different direction, like I said, and just never tell you that they're growing in a different direction, because every 5 years we evolve into a different being. So you never know if that person is going to be the same person that they were 5 years ago when you first got together. So
situations change.
Everything is a factor. Everything is a factor, and I think people are just expecting to have a good run. So why invest all this money, and then you on these alimony checks and all that stuff.
This subject is putting me in a very dark place.
I mean, all right, let's talk about that. Because we're not looking to get married no time soon, because we both. Super young, players, you feel me? So, let's move on. But next topic is internet relationship goals, since we're talking about this internet age.
So something that's continuously pissed me off for years.
Okay.
Like years, bro. Is like how I'm not gonna say we, but some people look at a celebrity's relationship,
right,
and then just be like, "Oh, I want that. That's goals." So for example, Future and Sierra.
Okay.
Everybody, oh, that's goals. I want to be like them.
Right.
Oh, I want that hood dude. Oh, Sierra.
That's real.
Oh, she bad. All right, whatever.
Or Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Beyonce and Jay-Z. Oh, man.
Beyonce and Jay-Z. And if they, God forbid, ever have a disaster in their relationship.
Beyonce and Jay-Z? What?
Never. They couldn't. Not Beyonce and Jay-Z.
What
like
was
they're right. But yeah, that's real.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right. Lemon, I forgot about that, bro.
Right.
I forgot. Yeah.
All pretty much every relationship.
That means you got to be able to push through. You hear that, ladies? You got to be able to push through.
Dude,
what was it? Yeah, because they were Beyonce and Jay-Z did it. You can do it. All right. Goddamn it.
You gotta have that Jay-Z check.
Yeah, you definitely, and that's what finances is definitely a factor. So,
yeah.
So you never know, but yeah.
It's just like every relationship where we've seen crash and burn at one point where relationship goes. Okay. And my thing is like, why can't you take relationships goals from like the relationships like that personally, where those people are good. Like, of course, you're not gonna know everything about somebody's relationship, but you don't know these celebrities. Yeah. So it's just kind of stupid to like be like, oh, this goes, but you don't really know how they get down behind closed doors. Yeah. As we've seen with history, like playing itself out, cheating. Beatings. All these types of things. So it's like, slow your roll. Like, why don't you create your own goals for yourself?
Or you can look at your grandparents, I guess, back in the day. They had a little strong. I got grandparents who, they had a good 45, 50, between that range. Yeah. I can't tell you for a fact, but exactly. But they had some years in the game, and they were able to make it through. We need to just hit up the elders and see how they were able to survive for so long. But again, they grew up in a different age. There was no social media. Yeah. There was no cell phones. There were no DMs. Yeah.
But not only that, but I feel like the danger with goals, which I really feel like the danger in life in general is when you steady trying to tell yourself what goals should be based off another person's situation. Yeah. For instance, if I see you got a Bentley at 20 whatever and I'm 20 whatever, that's you. Yeah, right. Like that's your thing, and it's like, and
some people just get lucky too, like, because exactly. I think another big one that I've been hearing about, and this from my little ratchet girls I've been messing with, is the Lil Herb and his shorty, and that's they got a nice little cute little relationship or whatever it is, but they really aspire to have that Lil Herb and whatever his shorty. That whole dynamic, yeah. I'm just like,
which definitely that
is, but that's luck, because not everybody is able to get on, be the successful rapper, and then can take care of his shorty and his shorty's parents and his mom and all that. I
heard he just paid his shorty mama debt off, I think
something like that, or she don't have to work no more or something. But
they helped her retire, right?
Yeah, he helped her retire, something like that. Yeah. But so that's what's up. The shout out to LaHerd, but not everybody able to do that.
It's one of them things where it's just like, you are building a relationship with another person. Your goals should be based on the goals that you and that other person have in life in general. Like, if y'all know the trajectory y'all going to, how y'all gonna say goals for somebody else's relationship? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Then you trying to live somebody else's life and you set yourself up for failure. So it's just one of those things where it's like, man, live regularly. Like, be normal. Like, just be yourself. Create your own goals. But I just feel like we let social media like really, really get under our skin. Like, all this reality television, all that. Like, it's like,
it definitely plays a role. Because I had some girls, man. They really tried to live that, in that reality TV. Like, boy, they was doing some wild stuff. Like this whole throwing, what's it? They be throwing the champagne on you or whatever, doing all this stuff they see on TV. And I'm like, you got that straight off reality TV. Like, stop playing. This is real life. Like stop all the shenanigans.
And the weird
like,
thing about
for
like
real,
those reality TV shows is that the shit be
it's scripted.
look fake.
It's scripted.
So why would you learn from a show that looks fake?
Yeah.
Like it just
like I literally have an industry homie who definitely been on set for one of those reality TV shows, and he was telling me like the whole thing was scripted. Like, I'm just like, y'all really don't realize what's going on, but y'all try to reenact this on a day-to-day. And this is how you ruin a lot of your relationships as well.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about this whole internet thing and internet relationships, so this childish and
white
woman, and how do you feel about interracial dating? And, like, can you interracially date and still be pro-black? Like, how do you feel about that?
All right, yeah. Now we're getting personal.
Okay.
So,
because this is something you've personally done.
Look, I've been there, done that.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna be real. I've kind of known how I wanted my life to pan out since I was like 13.
Okay.
Like, honestly. And I just always knew I personally wanted to marry a black woman. Like that's just what I wanted to do.
Same here.
However, I had to grow up and I had to do things, and I just I wanted to do things and I did them. And
so
one of the things I did is
Go ahead, talk about it.
Calm down. I'm trying to break it up. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but I've dated a few shorties that wasn't black. But I mean, just
nothing is wrong with that.
Nothing. You know, nothing's. Well, some people.
Some people, yeah.
But yeah, like. You know, I've dated a few shorties outside my race, and like I've had like a decently decent term relationship with somebody that wasn't black.
Okay.
And I don't even want to do the cop out like, oh, I majored in African American studies, but
okay.
I'm just not a goofy. Like
right.
you know me since I was in high school. I mean, I was telling I was just saying all types of pro-black rhetoric to my high school teachers.
He was always
straight up
that
offending
guy.
them. You know what I'm saying?
Always that guy.
I've been
Jesus
that guy.
is black. He was always that guy. Always that guy.
Hey, before it was on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been that guy. Everybody knew me to be that guy. But while everybody knew me to be that guy, did I still get side eyes for dating outside my race? One thing I will say is you not finna play me. You not finna play me like I'm not pro-black. Like at the end of the day, I was growing.
So what are you currently dating?
Oh, I'm currently, well, if you know me, you know I'm dating a black woman.
Okay, so we just gotta put that out there. Way. But how I feel about it is, I feel like it can be no wrong with that issue. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but as long as you don't pick up the ideology of the person you're dating. So I feel like it's certain black women or men who might date the opposite race, but they start to pick up the ideology of the person that they're dating, and that's when it becomes a problem.
A lot of times they just co-sign on goofy
right
stuff.
So it's like when you start picking up these white supremacist rhetoric and all this stuff, like Kanye, like for example, prime example, like you're dating Kim K, but now you're talking about what about black on black crime. So it's just like, come on now, like you didn't pick up the whole Kardashian
you didn't try to be
mindset,
open-minded,
right? So it's just like now that's when you messing up. So it's just like as long as you can stay true to who you are, then there's no problem with it. Like Childish, he's black, but he's still on his pro-black thing. He's still, so I see nothing wrong with what he's doing right now. But it's just like the minute you start to hit me with the what about black on black crime and start to have all this coonish mindset, then that's when I'm like, that's when it becomes a problem. So, because I feel like it's certain people, they can lay down with you and still hold on to their mindset. And like, I mean, you see it from from certain porn sites.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, he fucked.
Like I was just figuring out
I know you was taking it down. But no, even in my personal experience, I've had shorties where I'm like, oh no, shorty cool.
Right.
And then Michael Brown gets shot.
Right.
And folks trying to, the officer, and it's just like, oh, God, your mindset totally got me fucked up. And we just, after days like that happen, you just can't see people the same. But the way I felt back when I was in that situation was more so like, it's about the things you do. and what you advocate for. Now that I'm dating a black woman, and I'm not, don't ever think that I was just straight dating non-black. I was dibbling and dabbling.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it fucked up.
Yeah.
But basically, I just feel like, for me personally, my stance on it now is that I think, regardless of the mentoring you do, regardless of the support in your community, regardless of, buying back the block and whatever,
right,
the biggest contribution you can give back to Black America is a black child that is educated. And that don't mean school, but that just means, like, educated.
right,
And that is, like, unapologetically black. The more black people we have, the stronger the fight. So essentially, I can see why people would say, well, if you're not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice, which is making your offspring black, then you can't truly be pro-black. Like, it makes sense to me, but at the end of the day, it's so many things you can do that is pro-black. In that one area, you just decided that that's not what you wanted to go for. That's not what you can find.
right.
I wouldn't say it doesn't make you pro-black, but me personally, I do feel like the biggest contribution you can make towards black society and consciousness is to raise a black child in the correct way.
I agree with that. So, I totally agree.
Hey, bam. I'm you know me. But yeah, so look, I got a lingering question for you.
Okay.
And this about to turn some heads, but how do you feel feminism in a black community contributes to the relationships that us black men and black women have with each other? Ooh, don't say that's stupid.
Oh,
Ooh.
man, because that's a touchy subject with these
yeah.
feminists out here. But I feel like, and don't get offended, but I mean, it is what it is. But feminists are kind of used by white women to a certain degree to help push their movement.
Ooh.
No, yeah. I mean, that just is what it is, because at the end of the day, you still have the black household and then you have the white household. So at the end of the day, they're doing what's helping them benefit for the white household, because if you take away all these isms, because there's so many isms now. What is it now? I just learned a new one, womanism. I didn't even know that existed.
I'm not even going to explain womanism.
I'm not even, but yeah, it's so many.
Can you explain womanism for us?
Yeah, can you please tell us what womanism means, please?
So womanism is basically kind of like feminism for black women. Mm-hmm. And it's basically just this idea that, like, black women and black men should work together for both of them to be equal, because we're both, like, oppressed. As opposed to, like, feminism, which usually involves a whole bunch of white women trying to be like better than or more rights. We just trying to be on the same playing field.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, you heard that. That's I like that a little bit better than the feminism stuff, and you hear that straight from a woman's mouth, because I don't want to be out here mansplaining.
Yeah. We don't want to mansplain, so we let you hear we let you hear it from the source, because we're real like that.
So, but yeah, this whole feminism thing, I just feel like they're just being used to push white women's agenda, because it's still benefiting the white household. So at the end of the day, you still have to, and it's just another buffer that separates black men and black women. Yeah. And it's people that I read about that talks about this, like I said before, the Dr. Clark incident and so forth. And it just basically breaks down how this has been going on since slavery. Like, they've been just giving women, they've been seeing women as less threatening in general. So, because, and then women still get that benefit of just being a woman and being black. So black males, they just basically, like, we're seen as a threat, because for one, we could just reproduce and just make more black babies, which so can a black woman, but it's just the whole aggression that we have, and just the male just characteristic, just being a male, like we're just saying as a threat versus a woman. Not saying that women don't put up a threat to you feminists, because I know you're gonna have some a lot like we do anything just you can. Like, I'm like, all right, right. I'm like, calm down. But when you look at
lift weights,
I'm just saying, when you look at it from a physical aspect, like, come on now, like, who's more dominant physically? Like,
can I ask you a question?
What?
Have you watched the WNBA lately? You see any Kobe's? No, but anyway, no. Let me stop fucking around.
Oh no, man. But no. So I'm just saying, like, I mean, yeah, you can do anything that we can.
Right.
I guess.
But
all right, whatever. But yeah, it's just used as a buffer, like so. It's just something they use to just keep us fighting and bickering towards each other. When at the end of the day, we need to be uplifting each other, and we still are black, and we're still that. We still need that family unit, that unity between the male and the woman, that balance. So it's just like. It's just something that y'all just being used and y'all don't see it. So, I mean, I'm not going to keep going into this whole feminism thing because I already know I got a lot of y'all riled up and mad and all that shit. So, I'm going to just, let you speak on it real fast. And we're going to move on from there.
Yeah, my take on it is just, is it hurting or is it helping? And I'm not going to answer that question. That's for y'all to answer. But my thing is, I just related to my personal struggles. Now, I'm very vocal with how I feel black people are treated in society. However, is it helping or is it hurting? While I'm going to talk about our oppression, I'm going to be working towards my own salvation.
Right.
And the salvation of my people to make sure that we are in a better place. And a lot of times I just don't feel like these conversations are centered around getting back to where we need to be as far as the strong black home.
Okay.
I mean, my dream is having a strong black home.
Right.
Strong black kids.
Strong black family
the more we keep going at each other, and I'm not just going, even just say black feminism, but even just, ignorant black men, like we need to
that's some feminist black men.
That we but we need to realize that we need each other. So we can definitely like call each other out. We always got to be accountable. Our community has to.
But that's an in-house thing.
But
that's really what it is. Like it's an in-house thing. Whatever internal problems we have, let's keep it in-house. When you start going out there supporting other people's agenda, like what have they really done for you? Do you see these feminists at your marches when we're being killed dead in the street? Like, do you really see the energy being reciprocated? Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no reciprocation, so it's just like we're so quick to jump on their bandwagon and help and support and fight for their rights when we don't really see any benefits of that. So
and to be real with you, like, we've had some situations where, and I'm not gonna name no situation. I'm just gonna let y'all infer where white women will choose their house over the movement. And they can talk this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, they make sure home is good.
Yeah, they always make sure home is good.
And I feel like and not to say we shouldn't hold each other accountable, but I feel like sometimes we get so passionate to where we allow ourselves to destroy everything that we essentially want to fight for.
Yeah.
So I do think that it comes from a place of love when we're being held accountable. However, it doesn't always come off that way. And I feel like it just leads to a lot of anger and emotions. When at the end of the day, we just need to be better to each other, and we just need to move into a better situation because we just need each other.
And the last thing I'm really say is they always use that as a card. That feminist card has been being played throughout history, like in general. It's always been played because it's like whenever we start to get on code and get together and start to unify and really try to uplift out of this oppression that we've been dealing with, they throw that feminist card in there to throw another buffer to keep us fighting at each other and keep the black man and black woman always bickering and fighting and keep the family structure just always, just destroyed and messed up. So it's just something that's being used continuously to just disrupt the family structure between the black man and black woman, and that's why it's just so much chaos in our relationships. But that's stuff that we need to keep in-house, work on together, because as a people we're doing terrible. So you just got to look at it from a larger perspective, and that's all it is.
Long story short, two things. Don't watch Tyler Perry.
Come on.
And be a womanist. And that's where we're going to close out on that topic.
All right, man.
I just want to say, man, like, really, like, we appreciate the response that we get from episode 1.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Love. I mean, my black sisters, like, really been supporting me personally.
I love women. I love black women. I love women. I love it. Yeah, I love black women especially.
I love black people.
I love black people.
Black people.
But yeah, you know, and that don't mean I don't have these misogynist views on women should, you know, they places in the whatever, but at the same time, you need to kill some of this rhetoric and all these isms because it's too many isms for me to keep up with for real.
Yeah,
like womenism or womanism, whatever you want to call it. So that's a new ism, and I'm tired of all these isms. So for real,
keep the womanism.
Right.
But yeah, we closing it out.
Yeah.
This episode 2.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right.